Give me 10 minutes of your time. I won't change your life, but you will. I'm here to give you one idea that could change the way you think about money, time, and progress for the rest of your life. This is when the intro goes in, so let's go. The idea is simple. 500 a month looks like nothing, almost too small to matter. That's why people dismiss it so fast. They see one payment in 1 month, one decision, and they say, that's not enough. But they are looking at the wrong kind of picture. You are not investing 500 euros. You are not making one single decision. You are making 360 decisions. 360 times you choose discipline over comfort. 360 times you stay in the game, and 360 times you say, I am still here. 12 months in 1 year means 10 years and 120 months. Multiply that by 3 and you will get your 360 months equals 360 decisions. I was never a math guy, and I'm not one now. But this will have made sense if you keep watching. People ask me, how do I get so lucky? I say, the more I train, the luckier I get. The more you invest, the more you earn. It's the simplest of principles. Some say wealth is an event, and you think it happens in one big moment or one lucky break. One perfect trade, but wealth is not an event. Wealth is a competition that is not against other people. It is simply against time. It is against the version of yourself that wants everything now and absolutely nothing later. That is the real fight. And if you understand that, you already think differently from absolutely everyone else. Wealth is built in the boring month, in repeated choices, in moments when nobody is watching and nothing feels exciting, like this place here, which is amazing. Everybody wants to win. I'm not trying to win, I'm trying to stay in the game. I am not a winner, I am a competitor. Winners focus on outcomes, while competitors focus on showing up like I show up in these beautiful places. Winners fall in love with the finish line, and competitors fall in love with the repetition that gets them there. The winners will ask, did I win yet? While the competitors will say, did I do the work today? Compounding is not dramatic. Tiny gains repeated long enough can become something huge, humongous. That is why the beginning feels underwhelming and the ending feels quite surprising, I'd say. The growth is happening in the background long before you can actually see it. When you hear 500 euros a month, you might think that's not enough to matter. And you are technically right, if only you look at one single month. 1 month of investing does do nothing. 10 months does not feel life-changing. That is exactly when the tendency to stop arrives and you take the money and buy the BMW. Because nothing dramatic happens at the beginning. The real story is the habit. You are building a pattern, and once the pattern becomes part of who you are, the results start to follow. You are investing 500 euros every month into the S&P 500 and you leave it alone. You are doing something most people underestimate completely. You are building a machine that works without your inputs. at an average return of around 8% per year. 500 a month can become around 90,000 euros in 10 years, or dollars, whatever currency you have, pennies. After 20 years, it can become around 300,000 euros. And after 30 years, you are looking at roughly 700 to 750 euros. It does not mean you found a secret. It does not mean you beat the market once and change your whole life with one simple, brilliant move. It means you stayed in the game long enough for time to do what it does best. And that is, yes, my favorite. Compound. Compound like there is no tomorrow, or like there is a tomorrow. The first 100,000 is the hardest, and it's simply because in the beginning, almost every euro, every dollar, every penny comes from you, from yourself. Your salary or your own income will do the heavy lifting. You are the engine and the muscle. But one day, your money will start to contribute almost as much as you. And later on, it contributes even more. Funny little story. Warren Buffett has made more than 90% of his wealth by his 60th birthday, only because he was able to play the long game for the long term. He was able to hold his stake longer than others did. He trusted the system and he understood the system. If he wouldn't have been able to play the system the way he did, you would have never heard about him, okay? The real breakthrough is not speed, it is the leverage. It is when your money begins to carry some of that weight. Up until then, it feels like you are doing all the work by yourself. That is how almost every serious financial investment works. The visible payoff comes later, and the invisible work comes first. And then there is the part everybody fears. Yes, you've guessed it, the market crash. The market crash, because it is easy to talk about investing when everything is going up. It is easy to believe in compounding when the screen looks green. But what happens when the market drops 20, 30%? When you hear crash and you think damage, but if you are still investing every month, a crash is not only a damage, it is also a discount. You are buying your future at a lower price. The event that scares everyone else can become the event that helps you the most, if you can believe it. Crashes do not destroy long-term investors. No, they don't. They transfer wealth from people who panic to people with balls, like footballs. This is not why experience matters, not because experienced investors never feel fear, but because they know fear does not always mean danger. Sometimes fear just means simple opportunity that changes how you see the whole game. Instead of asking, what if the market falls? You start asking, what if I keep buying while others are panicking? Because in investing, the people who can keep going during ugly moments often end up with the best long-term results. I will give you the best example. Yes, Ryanair is the most beloved company of Europe. It is a great example. They only buy new aircrafts during market crashes. COVID was a great opportunity. They practically stole the airplanes from the hangars. Look at young Trump, always waiting for hard times to start constructions and build apartments and sell them 10x, 20x, 240x, mostly to the Russians at that time. They understood that volatility is not the bug. It is part of the deal, the art of the deal. And once you accept that, you stop needing perfect conditions to act. You realize the real edge is not knowing exactly what will happen next. The real edge is being able to continue anyway. Money is not important. A lot of money is important. So when you get told 500 euros a month is nothing, people are only looking at it through the lens of now. They are not looking through the lens of years. Because once you become the kind of person who invests every month, everything changes. This is what I do. If you repeat discipline, you get results that compound. You do not need a simple breakthrough. You need the repetition. You do not need one perfect decision. You need 360 decent ones. That is also why I keep coming back to this line. I'm not a winner, I'm a competitor. Because competition is not about one glorious moment. It is about the endurance. The real battle is staying calm when progress looks invisible. And in investing, that matters more than almost anything else. Staying in the game is your edge. Time rewards the people who remain. Time does not reward the people who keep restarting. Because one day you will open your portfolio and you'll think the money changed your life. No, it didn't. The habit did. The money is just the receipt. The real return was the person that you became while nobody was watching. So, give me 10 minutes to change your life? No. Give yourself 30 years. Life is easy. People, complicated. This is episode 29. 29 is it? 29, as promised. I decided to write the followers for each time I post an episode on the beach. So unlike last time, I have brought an amazing tool for writing the number 34, which is the number of today's followers. So we have an increase of 2 amazing followers that I will post just here on the beach. So number 34 is the magic number. Here it is. I will point it to the camera. I hope you can see. And then let's see how the work will go. I will write it just here. I will make it big. 3 and 4 before the water comes and gets it. Isn't this an amazing number? 34. Ciao and see you on the next one. Ciao.